What up, YouTube? This is Steven, and I want to sound off on something I found out about fairly recently. All right, Lifetime is going to do a biopic of Britney Spears. Now, as you guys may or may not know, Lifetime has been on this biopic kick recently. You know, they've been doing biopics of people like Elizabeth Taylor, um, Aaliyah, Whitney Houston, and they've done a lot more as well, but they've done those three. And you know, for as far as Aaliyah and Whitney Houston were concerned, the family or the families were not consenting, you know. And the Aaliyah one was just extremely lackluster, to be nice, extremely lackluster and mediocre. I didn't see the Whitney Houston one, so I can't say, and I didn't see Elizabeth Taylor, so I don't know. But yeah, these folks want to do a biopic of Britney Spears. Lifetime, Lifetime want to do a biopic of Britney Spears. I'm already like, on one hand, I am a little curious, but also on the other hand, I'm like, uh-oh. And, right off the bat, Britney Spears is not consenting to this. This is unauthorized. And I'm pretty sure that they don't have access to Britney Spears' music catalog, which is going to be a big issue. Because Britney Spears does have, iconic signature hits that, people do know, and they don't have the rights to do those songs or to include those songs. And I saw an interview with the lady who is playing Britney Spears in the upcoming biopic, and first she's Australian, which is a bit weird, but I'm guessing she's changing her accent to make it sound more, American, quote unquote. No, she's Australian. She's not a natural blonde, but I don't hold that against her because Britney isn't a natural blonde. I just, thought I should mention that. But one thing that really took me back is that she said she's not a strong dancer. So I'm guessing that this movie isn't going to be really showcasing Britney Spears's, performance skills, since she's not a strong dancer. But isn't that strange to do a Britney Spears movie without the actress having dance skills? Because Britney Spears' claim to fame is her performance, her dance skills, as much as I really, love and adore Britney Spears, her vocals have been, while they are, keep it real, I do actually like Britney Spears' vocals. They're not on the level, of course, of, say, Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston, of course. But they do have a certain quality to them, a certain special quality, I will say that. And I just think it's weird that they would cast someone who couldn't do the dance moves, who's not a strong dancer, who's not a dancer. That's strange. That's like if I did a Janet Jackson biopic and the person who plays Janet Jackson can't dance. How that's gonna work? So obviously, I'm guessing either they're going to be doing some really crappy dance moves, or either it's just not going to have dance moves in it. I saw an interview with the lady, the actress who is playing, playing Britney Spears in the upcoming biopic. And in the interview, they show clips of her singing. But no, she just, I don't think they have access to her catalog, Britney Spears' music catalog. Because I noticed she was singing a song, but the song was I Love Rock and Roll. Britney Spears did a cover of that song, but that's not her song. That song, of course, belongs originally to the Arrows, not Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, the Arrows. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts later covered it and made it extremely popular, but it was originally the Arrows song. Just in case some people want to come up and like, no, that's Joan Jett's song. You need to learn your history. Yeah, you need to learn your music history. But yeah, um, but back to subject though. So yeah, they were doing that song. They showed like in the clips in the interview. They showed clips of, the actress performing that song. She's like, I love rock and roll, and she's doing sexy movements or whatever. Um, so I'm like, okay, right there, okay, that song. While it was a single, that song was a single, and it was released internationally as a single. People don't really know that song. People don't know that song like that to associate it with Britney Spears. You know. Um. So I'm like, what else? Is that the only song they're gonna be including? I mean, there's still, since they don't have access to Britney Spears' music catalog, it's probably gonna be like, I love rock and roll, and my prerogative, probably. I'm guessing. So I'm thinking that this movie is probably gonna be a disaster. And I probably shouldn't watch it as a fan of Britney Spears. I shouldn't watch it, but I probably am going to watch it. But what I'll do is watch it like, find it on the internet somewhere and watch it instead of watching it, on Lifetime, so that they don't get the ratings point, because I am interested to see this movie, but I know it's going to be just a disaster. First of all, we don't have, a strong dancer playing Britney Spears, so automatically we ain't getting no cool dance moves here. Second, they don't have access to Britney Spears' music catalog, so we ain't getting no cool dance songs here. We ain't getting no Baby One More Time. We ain't getting, You Drive Me Crazy. Stop. We ain't getting Oops, I Done Did It Again. We can't see Britney slaving for you. We can't have no toxicity up in here. No womanizer. So, those are like her signature songs. Those are the songs that people know about, that the general public knows about. If you're not a fan, you probably have heard at least one of those songs. You probably know about at least one of those songs. So for me, I can understand why Britney doesn't want to consent to this movie for a number of reasons, but the most probably, significant reason, is I don't think that Britney wants to really relive, certain aspects of her life, especially like putting it out there because, like 2007, I think, and possibly maybe part of 2008 too, but, there was a tough time that Britney Spears went through, and she probably doesn't want to like relive that tough time again. She doesn't want to go through that. She was going through a lot in her personal life. She was going through a lot as far as like the media. She was going through a lot, internally. And I can understand why Britney Spears does not want this movie to be made. Apparently, it is totally lawful to make this movie. I guess. I mean, Lifetime has been doing it, and I don't think anyone's been suing them, or at least winning lawsuits against them. Um, so I can understand why Britney Spears does not want this movie made. If I was in her position, I probably wouldn't want this movie made either. I mean, Britney Spears just got back into doing interviews. At one point, she was like really avoiding the media and wasn't doing any interviews for a while, except maybe like Good Morning America or maybe Ryan Seacrest, safe spaces, safe media spaces, media spaces that, places and outlets that won't try to, delve into her personal life and, start trying to dig through her personal life. So, she wouldn't be going on the like Wendy Williams show. She wouldn't be doing that. She wouldn't be going on the Breakfast Club. No, no. So basically where I'm getting at is just that, long story short, I get it. I totally get it 100% that Britney Spears wouldn't want, her personal, you know, her personal struggles and her personal defeats and her personal, setbacks and all that stuff played out again. People already got it once, you know. So I understand her not wanting to, do a biopic movie, especially at this point in her career anyway. I mean, I think that a biopic could probably come later, you know, with her consenting to it. But then again, on the flip side, it's like, well, would Britney Spears consent to, you know, wanting to do a biopic and showing, how things, actually happened, since, those are tough moments to relive for her. So I don't know. But ultimately, I don't knock Britney Spears for, her decision. You know, I do wonder about Lifetime though, because Britney Spears is still alive, at least with like Whitney Houston, Aaliyah, and Elizabeth Taylor. They were deceased, so they couldn't really say anything. But like Britney Spears is still alive, so she can say like what they're releasing does have an impact on her. It does impact her because she is still alive. She will have to deal with this. The people in the media might end up asking her questions about this. Not that she can't get through the questions, but I'm just saying, like, this does affect her. She is a living person. She is a human being. She has people are going to probably ask her about this, and ask people who are around her and who work for her about this too. Like her family, or her friends, perhaps, or her co-workers, etc. But ultimately, like I said, I'll probably end up checking out the movie, but I'll check it out probably on the internet, so that Lifetime doesn't get my ratings point. But I am a little happy to see Britney Spears getting some recognition, but not particularly in this way though. Not particularly this way. But what do you guys think? Are you excited about this biopic, or this upcoming biopic movie? Do you think that they're going to be including Britney Spears' songs? I don't think so. If they're doing "I Love Rock and Roll," I don't think they're including her songs. Also, they're going to be including some, of her most infamous media moments, or moments in the media, like, the shaving her head, or the umbrella incidents, and I can understand Britney Spears not wanting to relive those situations and moments again, because really, it seems like people don't ever want to let her forget that. People always bring that up, unfortunately. It seems like she might not ever live that down. And it seemed like this movie just gonna remind people of it again, and she's trying to get past that. She's trying to get to just, in a different place beyond that. And I think this Lifetime movie is gonna just end up they're just gonna scrape together all the bad rickety ratchet moments of Britney Spears' life and put it in the movie, I think. I mean, are they really going to be concentrating on her, like, her grinding when she was like a young kid, being on the Mickey Mouse Club, going to New York, being an understudy for the Broadway play, I think, Ruthless? Are they going to talk about her, going into the, getting into the industry, or at one point considering joining a girl group and then going solo and then becoming a solo superstar, and talking about all the work that was put into that? Probably not. They're probably going to concentrate more on, like, the Justin Timberlake era, that romance, the Kevin Federline. They're going to concentrate on that, and her fall from grace. They're going to definitely concentrate on that. and they may kind of concentrate maybe a little bit on her comeback. So yeah. Well, I think I've gone on for long enough. But what do you guys think? Feel free to let me know. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. Feedback and support are extremely appreciated and extremely valued. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.